Peace and salutations, world. Welcome to another episode of King's Court Podcast, my fam.
What up, y'all?
What's happening, world?
What up? What up?
What it do?
Yeah, you know how we do. Anyways, so let's get right to it. I'm Big Scoop, Big E to my right. At the other end of the table is Big Breeze, aka UL.
Yes, sir.
So, fellas, how was your week?
It's good, man. Good. We missed y'all, man. It's been a couple weeks.
Definitely.
man.
Missed y'all, man.
Well, you know, we had to celebrate the wives and the mothers last week.
You know how that go.
Do all that. So it's all good. Sometimes you need a break. Give us time to hone what they say, hone our craft.
Yeah.
You know, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So other than that, man, ain't nothing new.
I just want to shout out Penny Hardaway and the Memphis University of Memphis.
Number one recruiting class.
Number one recruiting class.
Right,
Doing his
right.
thing.
They have the number 1 center, the number 4 small forward, the number 6 shooting guard, the number 6 point guard, and the number 9 power forward.
They got a couple of grad transfers also.
They got a couple of transfers. So they have, I think, 2 5-star recruits and 4 4-star recruits.
They got a whole new squad.
A whole
Basically.
new squad, man. So shout out to Penny. You're doing a great job. We're going to be looking out for you this year. And
Final Four, Elite Eight, Sweet 16.
I
What's
think-
the expectations of that?
I think they can go as far as 8. There's a couple of kids I'm going to look out for. The names slip my mind, especially the power for the number 1 center.
Well, the recruit season still ain't. We
yeah,
ain't even
still
hit the
over.
summer.
Ain't
yet.
over yet.
We ain't hit the
Still a
summer
lot of
yet.
time.
Ain't over
Still
yet.
a lot of
But
time.
what they got right now, I think they can go as far as 8. Who knows? I mean, you know, Penny, he was a big recruit himself.
He know the process. He know what to do.
He knows what's up. Man. He's been through the process. He's played a long time in the NBA, so he knows what's up.
I want to give respect to Penny because they doubted brother,
Right.
And they didn't think he could get top players over there in Memphis. They
Yeah.
didn't think he had the wherewithal or the know-how or the the ability to recruit and coach at that level. So respect to him.
Yeah.
Right. Good work, Penn. Anthony, mama call him Anthony. I'm
I'm calling Anthony.
I'm calling Anthony.
My man.
For sure.
So Breeze, let's get to it, man. What you want to talk about, Breeze?
Man, we had to draft the lottery picks, man. That went around. It's got interesting.
Didn't see it coming.
You know what I'm
It's
saying?
quite
Went
interesting.
over everybody's head,
It was
man.
real interesting.
Man.
Didn't see it coming.
So we got Lakers got the 4th pick.
Okay, Laker Nation, how y'all feel about that?
Did I not tell y'all that the Lakers? It's big business for the Lakers to have a top 5 pick. Didn't I not sit here and tell y'all
That man was a prophet.
You probably we got it on tape.
Hey, it's documented. You did say that a couple of times.
So we have. So let's run down the draft lottery real quick.
All right, from the 4, we got Lakers with the 4. We got the Knicks with the 3. And we got Memphis with the 2. And Pels got the number 1 pick.
The Pelicans, huh?
The Pelicans. They got
So-
2 Julius Randles on
Hey, man, that's what I was gonna say.
Julius
They
Randle
got 2
2.0.
guys that Julius Randle 2.0.
Right,
It's a
right.
lot of similarities between those 2 guys' game. I think. Unfortunately, with Julius Randle, what you see is what you get from Julius Randle.
Steadily improving.
But I don't think his ceiling is super high.
I think he peaked out.
I think he peaked out, but he's still going to be a consistent 17 points, 11, 12 rebound guy.
Career high 20.
Yeah, he had 20 last year.
Career high 20.
I mean, hey, that's what we're going to get from him. Though. Now with Zion, I think he has a high ceiling because he still has stuff to add to his game.
Right.
But we'll see.
Yeah. So Zion, throw it all away. He'll be in New Orleans, right? That's just
It's a no-brainer.
No-brainer.
I mean, it's a no-brainer, bro. I mean, you have to draft him. Unless I'm trade. Now, what New Orleans can do
Let's talk about
is
it.
flip. You can flip the
talk
pick.
about Let's talk
And
about
if you go get a bona fide superstar, if you have a team that's willing to dump their superstar to rebuild their franchise,
Think about it.
yeah, I feel like,
Right.
But
So go ahead.
no, it's good.
No,
It's
my
all
bad.
good. No, you all good.
So what does that mean now? What does that mean for the Knicks, the Celtics, the Lakers? What does that mean for potential Anthony Davis trade next month?
I think it's wide open.
Think it's wide
I
open?
think it's a whole lot of movement. It's a chess game right now.
Right,
You know, if you know how to move your pieces right, it's gonna be something serious. I think the Knicks may have some luck.
Hey,
you know what
man.
I'm saying? Things gonna
My
happen.
heart's still breaking,
Man, my man he still got
my heart's
tissue
still
drying them
breaking,
tears.
man.
There's a lot of heartbroken Knicks fans.
I'm
man.
still seeing a therapist over it.
Man, shh, man, you and Michael Rappaport, y'all need to get together and
Oh,
intervene.
man.
Y'all need an intervention, man. Knicks fans need an intervention.
And Stephen A.
Stephen
storming
A.
off the
Oh,
set. What are you doing? Oh my God! He had me dying. I was like, oh Lord.
That brother was hot.
He said, "What are you going to do, man?" That's a sad situation. I felt for y'all. My heart.
Hey man, the whole New York sports scene is just effed up right now.
Yeah.
We go to the Giants, to whoever. But anyways, we'll stick to the draft. But you're right. It's a lot of chess moves that could be made with this draft. People say it's a 2-man draft, a 3-man draft. I think it's more pieces in this draft than meets the eye.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of young talent that could come in and be surprises, like a Donovan Mitchell type of guy. I don't know who. I really like the kid from Vanderbilt a lot. You know, I like the guard
Garland.
from Purdue. You know, I'm not saying I'm not the guard. I don't think the guard from Purdue will be. You know, I think he's a lottery pick. But if you got a second or third pick late in the first round or early second round, you know, he's another Patty Mills type of guard that can come in, hit shots, make plays. But it's a lot of moves that could be made in this draft. I think you got to go Zion though, man. I mean, you got to go Zion, bro.
You kind of feel it's, you know, like we always talk about, this is entertainment. He's entertainment.
Very entertaining. Very entertaining.
You know, you're gonna see somebody get dunked on. You're gonna see, you know, it's gonna be something.
Yeah.
You're not gonna be disappointed when you see Zion. So yeah, you definitely got to.
Now, do you think that now that the Pelicans have the number 1 pick and Zion's pretty much on a plane there, you know, probably now, do you think
He's
that
looking for houses right now for sure.
he probably has a good real estate agent? He's probably get some good gumbo,
Some beignets, what are those
some
called?
beignets, some beignets. He
Dry-ass donuts.
he had his.
Powdered sugar.
Hey man,
Shit.
I like beignets, man. He probably has some Mighty Guard beads already on. Do you think that, all right, we got the guy to replace AD, we're cool with him going forward, or do we try to finagle AD to see how this works for
I was
you?
gonna say, do you think Zion could probably talk to him
I
and
mean,
be like, hey,
Because the
bro,
Pelicans
we
can flip
work.
this in a lot of ways. They could.
They have a lot of power this summer.
Yeah,
The Pelicans have probably the most power of all the franchises this summer.
Absolutely. Oh yeah.
For one, you got a top 2 or 3 superstar that you could flip. Then you have that pick you could flip. So you got a lot of wiggle room in what your maneuverability they have this summer. I mean, to touch on your point, I don't think Anthony Davis stays. I don't think he wants to stay. I don't give a shit unless that pick was LeBron James from 04 or 03 or Shaq.
Iverson.
His energy is the same.
Yeah, his energy is he's moving on. He's already checked out. So now what they bring in for him is what you're gonna pair with Zion for the next 3 to 5 years. I think. I don't know. Like I said, I think the only way, even though I don't want to sound hypocritical, the only way Anthony Davis would stay is if they flip the number 1 pick for a star of his choice, if they're able to get a star for that number 1 pick. Now, I've seen a lot of articles, the Pelicans should trade that pick. Lakers should trade LeBron for that number 1 pick.
Cut that out.
You sound stupid.
Cut that out. You gotta take Zion, man.
You know, I mean, but you don't trade LeBron. You don't bring in LeBron just to trade him. Zion is great, but he's not Lex Neville like LeBron. He's not going to have the instant impact LeBron is when LeBron came in. He's going to have an impact on selling seats and tickets, yes.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah.
And, you know, the energy the crowd's going to bring, because like I said, he's entertaining. You can see, you know, you can see powerful dunks, flashy dunks. You know, you're going to see tremendous blocks. I mean, bro, I'm more impressed with his block shot capability. I mean, this dude touching the top of the backboard, blocking shots at the rim.
Part. And I'm interested in seeing what he improves on.
Yeah, that part too.
And seeing how well he improves on it.
Yeah.
You
I
know?
don't want to keep talking about Zion because we touched on him last week.
Right, but he's a topic. We're talking about drafts, so
we
you have to.
I guess we have to.
Yeah,
You're right.
Yeah, so I mean, who out right now? The lottery's set. Everybody knows where they at. Who has the best package? Because out the Knicks,
Anthony Davis?
for Anthony Davis. Out the Knicks, the Celtics, and the Lakers, who are the top 3 front runners for his services. Who has the best package? I mean, let's run it down. The Knicks got the 3rd pick, right? Which I think the Knicks will probably keep it because they like what they see in RJ Barrett, which is not a bad guy to have.
Definitely not.
They're very solid.
Yeah, they also have the ability to flip that to New Orleans and then New Orleans can draft R.J. Barrett and pair him back up with Zion, it'll be Duke 2.0. But the Knicks number 3 pick, they can throw that in. Kevin Knox, what's my man's name? Dennis Smith Jr., Mitchell Robinson, Alonzo Trier. They can build a package around that to throw at New Orleans. The Lakers with the number 4 pick, they can throw that in there with a package of Lonzo, Kuzma, Ingram, Josh Hart, Mo Wagner.
That's a lot.
No, I'm saying like any of them, not any of them. You know what I mean? The Celtics, they have the 14th, 20th, and the 22nd pick in the draft. So they got 3 first rounders. They can finesse either 2 of those picks in there with a package of Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart, and pretty much whoever they want to. So those will probably be the packages being thrown at New Orleans in the next few weeks leading up to the draft. So out of those packages, which one is the strongest? Which one stands out the most?
Which one would you take? If you're the GM, if you're David Griffin, what package deal would you expect, and what package deal is the more appealing?
Out of them teams you said, I'll probably have to go with the Lakers package. I think I feel more comfortable with. I know these guys, and I saw what they did, and they did fairly well without LeBron. You know what I'm saying? They were beating a lot of the teams. They lost a lot of games in the fourth quarter because that defense was shitty, horrible.
A lot of games they shouldn't have lost.
Lost to the Thunder OT games, and it was crucial. But I see where they can go, what they can do. You team them up with Zion, and
It's a young core going forward.
it's a young core. You got youth, and you got the future to look at. And then maybe later on you can use them same picks and do something else. Not picks, but the players, to do something else with.
I don't. If I'm Griffin, I'm not really. I mean, Boston. I think they would have been the front runner if their picks were higher, but they ended up with 14 or whatever it was.
14, 20.
So I think that like I said, I'm not really too enthused about Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. To me, I don't want to sound like a hater, but nothing about they're great NBA. They're good NBA players. But they're nothing that says they're next level, take my team to the next level type guys. Kyrie might have threw them all, whatever happened over there in Boston, I don't really know. The chemistry was off. But as a professional, they didn't show me that I can play through that. And I can excel and help my team excel even through the controversy or, whatever the hell they were going through. So I'm not really that high on those guys. Just as me personally, I like what Jaylen Brown brings to the table athletically, defensively, offensively. There's nothing to write home about. Right. Jason Tatum is a good player, like I said. He's a good offensive player, but he doesn't play well off the ball. He doesn't give me 100% defensively. The Knicks package, it's an okay package. Yeah. I like Dennis Smith Jr. That makes the package look better because I like Dennis Smith. I like his energy. Exactly. Dennis Smith Jr. and Zion together, that's a lot of athleticism and a lot of energy together. A lot of lobs being thrown. I mean, they could throw them to each other.
Right. I was going to say that.
I was going to say that.
Right.
So that's a lot of energy. I mean, Knox is cool. Who else? Trier's solid.
Mitchell Robinson.
I like Mitchell Robinson.
Top 5 shot blocker.
I like Mitchell Robinson solid. I liked him at Western Kentucky. He was solid.
Right.
With that said, I think, like I said, I like Kuzma. If I could get a Kuzma, that pick, but unfortunately for the Lakers, they're gonna have to if they're gonna get that, they might have to give up Kuzma and Ingram.
It's gonna be two.
Yeah, that's the only thing.
It's like, are you willing to give up both of those guys? I mean, you already showed you were willing to before the deadline. Right. But now it's like, to me, Ingram transcended at the end of the season before he got hurt. Yeah. I thought Ingram was finally taking that next step to being the player we thought he could be when he got drafted.
Right. Yeah.
Now, as a Laker GM, don't want to give up both of those guys for Anthony Davis. It might be a risk you have to take.
Yeah.
But I mean, if I'm New Orleans and Lakers offer me Ingram, Kuzma in the 4th pick, that's the only call I'm entertaining.
Right. I agree with y'all. I think the Lakers, they struck lightning in the bottle with the 4th pick. I think that right there made the deal a lot more appealing because I don't think the deal that they had on the table back in February, that was just a little bit too much. I mean, you talking about 3 draft picks, 7 players, Ball, Kuzma, and Ingram were all included in the deal.
Yeah.
Now,
It's a lot
with
to give up.
that 4th pick, yeah,
Kinda solidified it.
that
That
right there,
solidifies it, yeah.
that was it for them. That's all they needed. The basketball gods smiled on the Lakers. That's all they needed. Now, that 4th pick, you can get a pretty decent player. You know, you got the kid Culver from Texas Tech. You got DeAndre Hunter from Virginia. Darius Garland from Vanderbilt. I mean, it's a lot of good players that New Orleans can team up with Zion. Along with Kuzma, Ingram, and Ball. I'm not saying all 3 of them, but I'm just saying the players that will be thrown in there. So I think, yeah.
But now let's speak if I'm the Lakers.
Oof.
With that 4th pick, let's say you don't want to give up the promise of Ingram and Kuzma. Do you keep that pick? Or do you look to trade that for another team that's looking to dump a superstar and rebuild?
You know, to be quite honest with you, I would entertain the idea of Anthony Davis. I'm not putting too much emphasis on it like we did in February. I might take that 4th pick and call Washington and ask what's up with Bradley Beal. Because if you get Bradley Beal, he's less expensive.
Right.
You will probably only have to give up the 4th pick, Kuzma, and Josh Hart. That's it.
I'll do that.
Ingram and Lonzo won't be involved in that deal, or unless you throw in Ingram, Hart, the 4th pick, and maybe one of the guys off the bench to make the salaries work.
Yeah,
Because he's older, 2 years, I think $60 million left on his deal. So that right there will be the deal I'm entertaining the most if I'm the Lakers, because Bradley Beal is a perfect fit for LeBron James. He's young, he's a spot-up shooter, he can crazy on shot the dribble, he can give you 25 a night. He averaged a career high 25 this last season. So to answer your question, I'd still trade the pick. I wouldn't keep the pick. Because the Lakers have a good chance to improve with or without Anthony Davis with that pick.
Because let's say you make the Bill pick. I said I wouldn't throw too much in the package deal. Of course, you got to make salary work, but I can take on that salary because I'm gonna have 40 something in cap space.
That if you get Bill, well, be honest with you, if you get Bill or Anthony Davis, that'll trim it down to about $28 million.
So I mean, I could still let's say I miss out on AD. You know, because like I said, the Knicks are the wild card, because if they could get, like I said, if they could make a couple of free agent signings like a KD, and then that'll be more appealing to Anthony Davis to push. I want to go to New York, and then that 3rd pick honestly looks better. RJ Barrett will look better than the 4th pick and whoever's at that 4th slot. So I would entertain the bill. I would look in the bill. The 4th pick, and I'll probably only have to give up 1 player.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't have to give up
That's what I'm saying.
3 of my stars.
2
I could
players.
give up. I would trade you Kuzma in that 4th pick for Bill, and I still keep Ingram and Lonzo.
That's what I'm saying. And then you try and get AD next summer
You can,
if you want to.
if he stays in.
That's what I'm
Portland.
saying, if you want
Because
to.
I think if he goes to New York or Boston in the deal, he's going to resign.
Oh, yeah.
I think he'll sign a max out. He'll max out wherever he gets traded to.
Oh, yeah.
So that's why I'm saying whoever gets AD in the trade, I think he'll resign and he'll be off the books next summer.
Yeah, exactly. I think
So if like I said, if the Lakers if they're pursuing AD, don't throw the farm into it. Like I said, that 4th pick, like I said, Griffin said he only wanted a young potential all-star and a high draft pick. That's hey, you know that's very
you go.
entertaining. The Lakers, that's a lot of optimism for the Lakers. But like I said, we'll see.
I think the Knicks, I wouldn't sleep on them. They can pull a sneak attack and get a 3rd team involved, because they know that they don't have the most attractive assets to throw at New Orleans. The Lakers do, and the Celtics do. I think the Knicks can mess around and get a team like Sacramento or a team like Phoenix involved, and now it gets very interesting for New Orleans, because not only are you getting the package from the Knicks, you're getting a couple of players from those teams. So I keep my eye on New York if I was the Lakers.
But then again, if I'm New Orleans, I'm gonna force any team I deal with. Now you think about it. Now you brought it up. I would force any team I'm in negotiations with to bring a third team in because I'm going to want more assets now. You know, I mean, don't get me wrong. It sounds appealing when I just want a draft pick at a young all-star level player. But you're giving up a top 2 to 3 player in the league. And you want to get some sort of value in return. You know, like Anthony Davis, I mean, you don't want to get crumbs, you don't want to get pennies on the dollar for Anthony Davis. So, like I said, New Orleans is going to they're going to want to make a move early. Because, like I said, they're not going to wait till the trade deadline because your trade value is going to go down.
Right.
Now, I could give you crumbs, and since you're so eager to deal them now, I could give you crumbs, and you only have X amount of time to get rid of them. So you're going to take a watered down deal.
So the Pelicans absolutely have to get rid of him.
They have to get rid of Anthony Davis. You have to get rid of him. You cannot wait till the All-Star break.
February.
You have to get rid of him now to attain value for him. You know, in a way, I'm glad they held out this past trade deadline because now, hey, now it's more of a chess game. But you don't want to play chess too long. You know, going into training camp, you know, then things is going to get a little dicey like they did with old boy in Minnesota.
Right.
Butler.
Yeah.
You know, so.
I mean, another rumor that I heard to make it interesting, the Bulls and the Lakers. There's been rumors, there's been talks floating around about the Lakers and the Bulls. The Bulls trading the 7th pick and Chris Dunn to the Lakers for Lonzo Ball. So that would give the Lakers the 4th and the 7th pick and a nice young point guard in Chris Dunn.
Man, that's a whole lot to play with right there.
That's really appealing to New Orleans.
I mean,
They're gonna make that trade.
I've been hearing that since.
Yikes.
I've been hearing that since Tuesday night. It's a strong rumor that it's been talked about. You know, yeah, you gotta do that because nothing's ever official.
Yeah, all these sources and talk. It's just talk.
It's just talk.
Yeah,
But
so-
that right there, the 4th and the 7th pick. All right, that
7th, and Kuzma for AD. That looks a little more appealing.
that whole and plus you gotta throw in. I think the Lakers have a 2022 unprotected lottery pick from.
Is it Miami?
I think it's Miami. Throw that in there. Now it gets a little interesting for New Orleans. Now you got 2 top 7 picks this year.
Now, would the Lakers keep Chris Dunn? Because I really would hate to get rid of Lonzo. I mean, I know you're not high on Lonzo Breeze,
Right.
but I like the ceiling for Lonzo.
Right.
Well, yeah, don't get me wrong. I like Lonzo and I like his ceiling too. I'm just not good with how he gets hurt all the time. His injury. I just don't. He's not reliable.
You think it's those baller brand shoes?
Probably. Yeah, probably. LeVar put him in some bad shoes. LeVar.
Available at a Payless near you.
Hey, would the Air Orthos fit better?
I'm telling you, they would. I'm telling you. Shit, right now. I'm going on record right now. Lonzo, come holler at me.
Man, them Air Orthos, he gonna die in them. It's like playing in karate shoes. It's gonna be a lot of torn Achilles and ankle breaks.
Like back in the 60s, they used to play in them cloth Chuck Taylors, the mid tops.
Yeah, man.
Man, you gotta wear 3 pairs of socks with them joints.
Hey, but you going to get the job done. That's what
I
I'm
mean,
saying.
I actually like Chris Dunn. I was high on Chris Dunn at Providence. I think that he hasn't really been put in the position to where he could
Right.
play because he got drafted by Minnesota, right? He's sharing the ball with Zach LaVine.
Was Teague there already when they
No,
brought
no,
him
no,
in?
no.
Teague was there yet?
He came after. When Jimmy Butler came, that's when Teague came.
okay.
He gets traded to Chicago with Zach LaVine. He's sharing the ball with guys like him, Denzel Valentine, you know, a lot of guys that play the same way. So he really hasn't had a chance to really, you know,
Prove
shine.
himself.
I think with the Lakers, I'm not sure if he starts or not.
At PG.
Yeah.
I like it. I like his athleticism. He has a lot of John Wall type athleticism.
He does things that Lonzo can't do, but Lonzo does things that he can't do. So it's kind of like, man, you
Pick it up what you
right.
want.
So it's my thing is, if you're the Lakers, would you go all in for AD? Because remember, you've already wasted 1 year of LeBron's prime. You don't have any more time to waste. You got
That's real shit.
2 more years pretty much left with LeBron until he can opt out.
Right.
So
But you got not just to opt out, but you have 2 more years of LeBron that can go. Pretty soon you're gonna start getting the old LeBron that can't do. I mean, to
We already
me,
seen signs of
yeah,
that.
we've seen signs of him. He's not as laterally quick. He's not as north and south quick as he was.
Right.
He's not getting by guys like he used to. I think he got one or 2 more years. I say 2 more years of what you just saw this past year.
Yeah.
Then you're gonna see a serious decline.
his last year.
His last year, because like I said, by him, the way he jumps, he's still getting head over the rim.
Oh, yeah.
So that's a sign to me. Say, oh, he has a lot of life left. At least 2 more years of life.
Yeah.
But like I said, they just to me it kills because they just wasted a whole year.
Year.
I could see if you wasted a year when he was 23, bro. You can't waste years at 33 going into 34. You just can't. You ain't got. Lakers don't have time to waste.
Right time.
Would you go all in, Breeze?
All in, chips to the table, 4th and 7th pick, or just a 4th pick. All in
For AD, huh?
for AD.
He's
I already know.
See,
I'm not
he's
like
not.
really-
He's not. You're not high on 80. So I can tell.
but-
Your hesitation lets me know you're
Yeah,
not.
he
all in.
wouldn't do it. He
You're
wouldn't
not
do
all
it.
in.
I'm really not, but I mean, going off because I really think there's a whole lot of other options out there. AD ain't the end of be all. He's
No,
not, you know what I mean?
I'm
They can flip. They can
100%.
flip that pick into a lot of things.
Exactly. You know, I mean, I like AD.
Lord have mercy.
No, we good, man.
No, my
But, like,
bad. I accidentally kicked.
It's same thing with AD and Lonzo. They the same thing, but I just like how they get hurt so much.
That's why I'm hesitant in terms of
Yeah, that's the only thing.
injury
But
factor.
Ah, man. You
I
know
mean,
what?
but he's a beast. When you write, he's a beast, and him and LeBron together, that shit would be crazy.
Man,
That take a lot of load off of him, so maybe he wouldn't, you wouldn't have to worry about that so much. So, with that being said, I'd go all in because, like you say, breaking that down, how LeBron's his shelf life right now is dwindling. So I mean, it's that time you need to make that happen because he's definitely not gonna be playing with Bronny. He ain't gonna say he's playing with Bronny. That's not happening. I know you want to, but that's not been happening.
He'll be a bench player.
Yeah, right.
I can't really see him in 4 years being 4 or 5 years, whatever it is. Hey, we don't know what's gonna happen with Bronny, so I'm not gonna say he's gonna be an NBA player. We don't know. But I say if you look at down the line, 3-4 years, you don't know what you don't know what he's gonna be next year. Let's be 100. You don't know what. I mean, you just don't know. If Father Time comes knocking, hey, he kicking in the door.
For real, man.
It's no waiting to see who it is. Let me change my clothes. Or give me a second. He's kicking in the door, raiding your ass, and it's a wrap.
Yeah, he ain't never lost a fight.
He hasn't lost a
undefeated.
fight. He's undefeated.
He's undefeated like a
Him
mother.
and Mother Nature are undefeated.
Man.
Him, Mother Nature, and Mayweather. Them the only three undefeated cats I know.
The IRS.
And now they lay cat. You can catch mail. They can take losses.
Man. Shit. Not with most of us. Man, I agree with Breeze. I mean, right now, you have to strike right now. I mean, you have a year wasted in LeBron's prime. Anthony Davis, when healthy, he's 28, 13, 3 blocks,
6 assists.
6 assists, 58% from the field. He can
80% for the free throw
80% from the line.
35 from 3.
He can alleviate some of that offensive pressure off LeBron.
Right, exactly. Gonna
When
they
he's
pick
on
up
the bench
for
or when
each
he's
other.
right,
That's beneficial.
and each other, right. And AD doesn't have to do it alone. And I think that AD in place, free agents this summer will be looking at the Lakers a little differently. Okay, I got LeBron and I got AD over there.
Right.
Okay, now we're talking. So
You gotta go. You at the end of the day, when you bring LeBron, you wasted a year. He's gonna be 35 going in
December, 35.
December, he's gonna be 35 going into 2020.
Right.
Okay. You have to go all in.
you gotta do it. You gotta do it. Plain
Bottom
and
line,
simple.
you have to go all in right now.
The Lakers are not in the business for player development anymore.
When
Not
have,
now.
when have the Lakers historically ever been in that position? Lakers have never been a team we're going to build young guys and then we're going to see what happens. Lakers have always been a team that we strike, we get the best talent, and we go win championships.
Exactly.
So this philosophy never made sense to me.
Yeah. I mean,
So like I said, they just wasted a year. Besides wasting a year, man, what? Your boy got injured.
KD,
What do you think?
Talking
Is
about
the KD with the calf. You know, like, remember, calf injuries hurt. Man, they painful, and when you think it's you can get back out there and do what you got to do. You
Those
stretch
on you.
wrong, and it's gonna re-aggravate.
Yeah.
That's a funny injury to get.
How long you said that usually take to heal?
I think it depends on what grade the sprain is. You know, I think a grade 1, whatever the lowest grade is, like maybe a week or 2. But if the higher the grade, it's anywhere from 2 weeks to 4 weeks and beyond. It might be you don't know. It might not even be a calf. It could be something else.
Yeah.
You know, they're not going to really tell you what's going on. I mean, they're going to tell you it's an injury, but you know, they want to minimize. It's business.
Yeah.
You know,
At the end of the
and
day.
you want to minimize. You know, I don't want to let you know. I'm not gonna. We're in a chess game, so I'm not gonna let my opponent know. Yeah, he has a torn Achilles. He's not playing for the rest of the summer. I want to keep you guessing.
Exactly.
You know, I'm gonna keep you guessing, even if it's a mild strain. I'm gonna tell you it's more severe because game 4 might come tomorrow and he's playing and he busts you for 50. So I'm gonna play chess with you. But anyways, what's the impact you think it has on Golden State if they're going to the finals? They're gonna beat
They're
Portland.
gonna go.
They're gonna beat Portland.
Yeah,
They're gonna
I
go to the finals. Does that impact how they
I
do in the
feel like-
finals and depending on who they play in the
That's what I was
finals?
about to say. Depending on who they play. Now, if they playing Toronto, I think they'll be okay because now he's that extra scorer.
Without him.
Yeah, without him or with him, is even if he's still hurt playing, you know. But Milwaukee, that's you got Giannis. It's too much length over there, and
a lot
they're
of
gonna be
length
on Steph, and they're gonna be getting in his ass and making him have to work. And that's
Man.
how you beat the Warriors, especially right now with it just being Steph and Clay.
They
That's
the
really
ball
going on
Steph's
scoring.
hands.
Yeah.
But they move the ball so well. To me, they move the ball much better without KD. They're a more fluent offensive team because they don't really stand and watch.
Right.
You know, with
Everybody
KD, they'll
goes.
stand and watch KD do his thing because they know KD needs to isolate. He can play in the system, but his strong point is isolate, get buckets.
Right.
To me, they're more dangerous when he's out. More fluidity to the offense, more flow. Everybody's involved. Everybody's happy. So now you see him playing freely on both ends of the court. Look at Draymond yesterday.
Amazing.
He looked like the Draymond that got the $85 million extension.
Right.
So I think the ball moves better without KD. I'm not saying they're a better team without KD, but they've won 73 games and a championship without Kevin Durant.
That's what I'm saying.
So with or without, they're gonna need him against Milwaukee. I don't care what you say.
I believe they will.
They're gonna need him. They might have to call a Rick Barry in them because it's gonna be a daunting task.
Baron Davis.
Baron Davis, Steven Jackson, Jason Richardson,
Spreewell.
man, they're gonna need some.
The Joker.
Man,
Chris Mullin.
Damn.
because I
Pull
think
out all the stops.
I think Milwaukee has the length. They can stretch the floor. They can play both ends of the floor. They got shooters. They got guys that penetrate, attack, and they got multiple guys that can switch and guard multiple positions. And these guys are really long. Like
real.
Bledsoe's gonna give Curry some fits. Brogdon is gonna give him problems.
Man.
Giannis is gonna switch off and give him problems. You know, they have multiple guys they could throw at him. George Hill's not the greatest defenders, but he's not a slouch.
Tony
So
Snell.
Tony Snell. They have a lot of length and athleticism that's going to give Golden
Sterling
State
Brown.
problems. I mean, and then to me, Chris Middleton and Klay write each other off. I think Chris Middleton has more to his game than Klay Thompson does.
Think so?
He has
Yeah.
more
They
one-on-one.
kind of like play the same.
They play the same,
do.
but I mean, I can isolate Chris Middleton to go off the dribble. I'm not comfortable
Better
isolating.
Brian, yeah,
he got a couple moves he
Yeah.
can go off the dribble with. I'm not comfortable isolating Klay Thompson. Yeah, hey Klay, go give me a bucket. I've seen that, and it didn't work out too well.
Right.
I'm not saying Klay Thompson more of he has to come off screens, get the ball, one pipe, he pump fake, jab, whatever he has to do to get 1 or 2 dribbles off to get his shot off. Middleton, he could woo, step back or go. Middleton got a little more pizzazz to his
does.
game.
You're right. You're right. Yeah.
I think he probably got more handles than Clay.
Man, hey, bro.
Man.
But then again, how many cats in the NBA in the history of the game have had 50-something points on like 12 dribbles?
That's
That's where I separate Clay from Chris Middleton because Clay has the ability to take over a game.
He does.
We really haven't seen Chris Middleton.
But is it?
Giannis is struggling. Okay, I'm gonna go out there and score 40 points in 3 quarters. Clay can do that anytime he wants to.
Can he though?
But let me ask you
Can he
this:
though?
Do you think
Anytime
Clay?
he want to though?
I think so.
Do you
Anytime
think
he
Clay? Let's say Steph Curry's out.
Right.
Do you say can Klay Thompson by himself without Steph Curry carry a team?
I don't buy that.
I'm not sold on that.
I don't buy that.
I mean, he can carry. He can't do it alone. But I think if Curry's on the bench or Curry's having an off game, Klay can pick up the slack.
Yeah, that's better.
I don't think he's not put him on the Charlotte Hornets. He's the main guy. No.
Right.
I don't think he's that kind of player, but he can pick up the offensive slack. If, like I said, Curry's having an off game or Dre's having an off game or KD, whatever the case is. Me personally, Steve Kerr said that KD's nowhere near a return, which kind of led to my suspicion this injury is a little more serious than everybody thinks it is. I mean,
Right.
because if you look at the replay, and I watched the replay like at least 10 times, he grabbed from the ankle area, which initially let me think, oh, damn, it's an Achilles, made towards Achilles. Calf sprain, from what you said, start down there, so it could have been that. But like you said, we're the champs. We're not going to let the NBA world know our best player probably be out.
Right.
He'll probably be out for the rest of the playoffs. No, they're going to keep prolonging it. Oh, he's improving. He'll be reevaluated next week.
Yeah.
This is the second time he's been reevaluated since he got hurt, so I think it's a little more serious. Can they win without him? Yes.
Either team versus Milwaukee or Toronto.
I think Milwaukee gives them more of a headache, strictly because of Giannis. They have nobody. Draymond, sorry, you're not going to stop Giannis.
You're not stopping Giannis. I don't care what you say.
Durant is lengthwise. I'm not saying he can stay in front of Giannis, but he can defend him because they're both long. And
His left might bother Giannis,
That's what
but Giannis is so strong. Dude, in the All-Star game, when I seen him in the paint take that power dribble, shoulder to LeBron's chest, and LeBron flies into the basket structure, I said, okay, this guy's arrived.
Yeah.
Different.
He's a little different now.
Yeah.
He has Shaquille O'Neal-esque power
Yeah.
for a wing. When that boy gets down and says, I'm going to attack you, yo, man, it's different when you slide your feet and somebody strong put that little that slight chest into your sternum. I mean, his shoulder into your sternum. Yo, man, that'll throw you off. And KD is, dude built like olive oil. So it's like,
from Popeye.
yeah, for Popeye.
Oh, man.
Yeah, bro. So it's like I don't know if he can sustain. I don't think he can bother him. If strength wise, definitely not.
Yeah. I think that. I think if they play Milwaukee can beat Golden State with or without KD. Strictly,
I think so.
Strictly because of matchups.
I believe so.
Yeah, strictly because of matchups.
so.
If they play Toronto with or without KD,
They don't need KD to be controlled.
They don't. No, they don't. Because
What happened to Kawhi today? I heard he got hurt.
They said he kind of like. I don't know if it's.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, he was limping around the whole game. I'm not sure what
Did
he
you watch
did.
the whole game?
Nah, I didn't.
I watched.
tail end of
To be honest with you, I watched the whole first quarter. Second quarter, it was kind of watching me. I'm not gonna lie. I was kind of like drifting off, and then the second half I kind of glanced at it. I didn't see the initial injury, but I saw him kind of gipping around. He said he'll be fine though. He said it's not serious.
Yeah. So what kept the quad kept him out last year and right with San Antonio?
Tour squad.
The quad.
Tour
Okay.
squad. And then he had the shoulder
And
injury.
then the leg injury, you'd be like, ooh, if it's the leg injury, you don't want it. I hope it's not the quad. For Kawhi's sake, because $250 million on the line for that brother. And I like Kawhi.
Yeah.
I don't think Toronto has enough pieces around him to beat a Golden State.
I mean, and
With
then,
or without KD.
I mean,
I just don't think.
We touched on the KD injury and the Kawhi injury. I mean, Dame Lillard got the separated ribs, which kind of explains his poor play. He suffered that in Game 2 of the Western Conference Finals.
Was it when Game 3 is when Looney landed on him, right?
Right.
Okay.
They say he suffered the separated ribs in Game 2.
But is it really like because Dame been struggling since
That's
Game
what I'm saying.
6?
Yeah, of the
against
last
Denver.
series, right?
it
So
could be more
I think it's a cop out.
I think it's fatigue. Honestly, I mean, because I'm going on a limb. Dame Lillard is a killer,
He definitely
and
is.
Dame Lillard looks like he's kind of coasting. It's into the Dame Lillard we've been accustomed to seeing.
Right.
You know, even when they lose in playoff series, you've seen him get numbers.
Yeah.
And go. He looks spent.
Right.
And to me, you have to realize as a coach, yo, man, you got to know when your players spent. So you got to find time to get them rest on the floor. You know, why isn't the Steph's brother playing? Why isn't Curry playing more? Rodney? Why aren't these guys getting more minutes and giving Dame Lillard more spells?
Right.
You know,
Anthony Simmons.
I don't know if Anthony Simmons is ready
Not for
for that playoff level. But hey, shit, you down 3-0. Fuck it, try it.
Right.
Let's see what you got.
But
I
you
mean,
got to lose.
you got nothing to lose. You're down 3-0. You gave away games 2 and 3.
Right. They did.
Man.
And like
15
CJ,
and 20.
yeah, bro, you gave away 2 games that you should have won, so you should really be up 2-1.
In the third quarter.
Yeah,
Of both games.
both games. That's when Golden State comes out hot. They come out
That's their quarter.
severely. They come out really focused in the third quarter.
Yeah.
You have nothing to lose. CJ McCollum does. CJ does what CJ does. You know, CJ looks. He might. It's times where he looks spent, but it's times where he gets his second win and he attacks. But it's shocking to me that we have 2 of the better guards in the league. That's my favorite backcourt, and they cannot recognize a half-ass weak trap Golden State's throwing at them. They keep. I've never understood. I'm sitting there. Why are all-star level guards dribbling to goddamn corners of the trap? They're backpedaling when the trap comes into the corners. It's puzzling to me that they're doing this. But what I don't understand is why don't you have a second level guy in, meaning once I pass out the trap, that second level guy can attack.
Right.
Because now you got the numbers.
Right.
What's going on with this coaching staff?
Yeah.
That's
You know, what the hell is going on? The trap isn't where it was the 96 Sonics. This isn't the 96 Sonics.
Right.
GP and Nate McMillan.
This isn't them.
Not lockdown.
This is a soft ass show type of trap. And these guys like Dame is dribbling for 6 to 8 seconds, wait for the trap. Then when the trap comes, he's like, oh shit. He's like, motherfucker, you know what's coming.
Right.
And that shit is so trash. I'm not taking nothing away from Golden State because to me they're playing phenomenally defensively, one-on-one defense. The kid, what's the kid? Matthew McConaughey. What's his name?
McKinney.
McKinney. McKinney's coming in playing. He's sliding his feet.
Just signed that contract.
The kid's playing some. He's frustrating. Dang, he's 6'7" and he got great lateral movement. So the Iguodala, Klay Thompson, they're doing a great job one-on-one defensively on Dame Lillard. But like, yo, man,
Iggy's also hurt.
what's up with Iggy?
that
Got a lower leg injury. Day to
Iggy's
day.
always getting hurt too.
He's at that stage.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
is.
so I
He
mean,
definitely
we have some significant injuries in the series. I think Golden State, they've been doing a good job. Like you said, with the trap, they've been making life tough for Dame. They've been blitzing him every time he gets the ball. But I mean, just like you said, as a coach,
gotta
even
recognize that shit.
even as the player,
I gotta recognize that
you have to
shit.
read what the defense gives
Quick.
you. Okay, it's 3 games played. I know this trap is coming at me. They've been doing it the whole series. Like you said, backpedal, he's on the sideline, then he gets trapped, then he's scrambling trying to. No, man, you have to know that the trap is coming before it comes.
Make your
So instead of dribbling the ball for 8-10 seconds and then they swarm you, make your move, go by Steph. You can blow by Steph. The wind could blow by Steph. I'm sorry. So, Steph's not the best defensive player. And Dame is one of the better ball handling guards we have in this league. So, just make the move.
Quick, it has to be quicker.
Yeah, exactly.
Him and CJ though.
And CJ too.
They're both falling into the hands of this trap.
Yeah.
You got to make quicker moves, man. You got to make quicker moves, and then when you see the trap coming, ain't nothing wrong with making a quick pass to get rid of it. Then cut. Go get the cut and make something else happen. Okay, it has to be adjustment made that I don't understand. That's why I don't know if this coaching staff will be there much longer, or they might not even keep that backcourt together because this is like, that's not a hard trap to break.
Right.
It's really not.
Right.
It's just because they have no respect for the other 3 guys on the court.
That's all it
They have
is.
no respect for them.
Right.
That's interesting what you said about the coaching staff and the backcourt being separated. Who is the team this summer
should be broke up.
that y'all think A, will break up, and B, should break up?
Damn. Because it's a lot.
It's a lot, but the teams that, from what we saw in the playoffs and from recent years, who's the team will definitely be broken up this summer and should break up?
Shit, I might go on and
just say them Rockets. 'Cause
I
shit,
was thinking the same thing.
They
You got
need
it.
to go.
That ain't working, bro.
dang, you know, y'all had all the time in the world to do.
man.
Y'all had everything you needed. You got the KD injury and everything you needed to happen for you happened for you, but you couldn't capitalize on it.
Bro, they built that team specifically for one team.
To be-
They asked, they said we need to run that back. You got what you wanted and you disappointed. I mean, it was bad. It was bad.
Now we're gonna touch on Houston a little bit.
Look, real quick. I know they're not. I don't want to say break up, but I think they need to add. This Portland team needs to add a next level wing and shooters.
I was gonna say that.
Okay.
I was gonna say
You need to add a next level wing scorer. I'm not saying somebody that's going to give you 25, 30, but you need to bring in a wing that could give you on a nightly basis anywhere between 17 and 25.
Right.
He doesn't have to be the sexiest of guy, but you count on him nightly to give a Middleton type of guy to come in. He's going to give you 18 to 20 nightly. Then you got to get other pieces that can stretch the floor. Because what the problem is, you got guys, Leonard, and what's the other kid? Leonard and Collins.
Zach Collins.
Bro, they're not effective.
Play the same
Because
way.
for one, they don't have any back to the basket game. They miss Nurkic a lot.
Oh yeah,
They
definitely.
miss Nurkic, and it's tough.
That, yeah.
I forgot about that.
They don't have any back to the basket game. They don't have any mid range game.
Canner just gone.
They're just guys that screen.
Screen and roll.
That's it. That's easy to defend against a team like Golden State. That's why they're not worried about them. I can send this weak ass trap at those guys, and I'm not worried about nobody behind me. I'm not worried about Evan Turner
Ah, man.
and the funky jumper, Rodney Hood. You inconsistent.
Definitely.
Yeah, I think that the team who is in danger of breaking up is Portland. I think that Terry Stotts, his job is on the line. The combination of CJ and Dame has been fun to watch. They have been one of the better backcourts of the last 5-6 years. It's just not working. It's not. It's not working.
Do you think you break up the backcourt, or do you add? I know the coaching staff. I'm definitely getting a new coaching
I was
staff.
about to say that.
I mean,
yeah.
I hate for a guy to lose his job.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I don't want to wish that on anybody. But like I said, the schematics aren't working for that team.
I think that you have, first of all, if this is going to be your team, they have, like you said, they have to have a third star,
Right.
third scorer on that team. And unfortunately, with all the money tied up into that backcourt, it's going to be a little difficult for them. And the money that they just signed all the bench guys. Rodney Hood, they just re-signed him. What's my man from Ohio State? Evan Turner has a bad $70 million contract.
That's a bad 4 year.
4 years, $72 million. So they have a lot of money tied up into that team.
Evan Turner, hold on, wait.
That's
4 years,
Boris-
$72 million.
Hold on,
Boris
that made me drop my
Diaw's
mic.
Boris Diaw's little brother.
Yeah, that,
Fluffy
what?
body.
4 years, $72 million. They gave him 2 years ago.
What's my 10-day?
Man, for real.
That's what I need.
Give me a 1 hour.
Yeah, for real.
You know what I'm saying? Give me. I can give a team 10 or 15 minutes right now.
Right,
Right
man.
now. Good minutes.
Wow, yeah.
I can say that, but I ain't gonna lie to you. Nah,
Nah, you
I ain't finna keep this shit
no,
right
no.
now.
Hey, you can play in it right
5
now.
years ago for sure. Yeah, but I need to get my ass in basketball. Like, I'm in shape, but basketball shape totally different. It's
Right,
totally different.
Right.
You got to get reacclimated to the running, the cutting, the
Back and
jumping,
forth, jumping and all that shit.
athleticism. But I think, like I said, Portland. If they add a piece, you could keep Stotts. If you add,
I would keep
pieces.
I would keep Stotts.
I would say let me reevaluate my GM and who the pieces he's bringing in to play with these guys, because it's obvious that nobody else is going to step up with these guys struggling.
But let me see. You said you keep stats, but you don't like the schematics of things, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I don't like the schematic because it's like, what's your backup plan?
Right.
You don't adjust in the game. You see this trap is happening. You're not making any
have to make
adjustments.
adjustments.
It hasn't been one adjustment made with this trap. Nobody's saying, "Hey, dang, when you see the trap coming off the pick and roll, boom, get rid of the ball, cut quick, or go back and get it real quick." We're not saying, "Hey, I'm gonna put instead of having CJ on the opposite side, I might put a Seth on the opposite side. Then I'm gonna put CJ roaming the baseline in the middle to have a second tier attacker. None of these adjustments are being made.
Nah.
So that's what I'm saying. I don't want to wish harm on anybody, or I mean not harm, but I don't want to wish anybody ill will, lose their job or whatnot. But the schematics is
not
piss
there.
poor right now.
Ain't
You know,
it?
it's not a hard trap to break and attack.
man.
You know, because remember, go to strength on the defensive end. The past few years has been their shot blockers. They don't have a shot. I mean, Looney cool, but you could just jump into Looney's chest. He's gonna foul you. You know, Bogut and McGee gave them shot blockers. You know, I'm not really, even if DeMarcus Cousins come back, I'm not worried about your defense at all.
And and it's like I'm watching the trap. Both guys are coming at you from the same angle. It's not like both of y'all trap me from this side and I have no. They're coming from the same
straight
way,
forward at you.
a straight line. So just look for the open man.
Exactly.
Get rid of it.
Get rid of the ball. CJ, here you go. Ronnie Hood, get ready. Zach Collins. You know, it's like nobody is getting in position. And nobody is recognizing, okay, we know this trap is coming. Let's get in position to get a good shot.
Or why not try moving Dame off of the ball? Let him roam
Ooh, that's a good point.
off the ball,
That's a good point.
coming off stagger screens off the baseline.
Let CJ handle the ball?
Yeah, let CJ
Ooh, that's a
handle the
good
ball.
point.
Let's
Right,
get
for real.
let's get more ball handlers in that can make plays.
That's
You know, maybe
Excellent point.
you're counting on Dame too much, and he himself isn't recognizing what to do with this trap. So as a coach, you gotta be like, dang, I'm gonna make this job. I'm gonna make it easy for you.
Yeah.
CJ to bring it up. If CJ starts to make the same mistakes, okay, now we gotta
got issue.
yeah, we got some issues. But I think CJ is more accustomed to making a play. I think Dame is more of a two guard anyways. You know, he can handle that. He's he's a scoring point guard.
Situation like that, I mean, get Seth Curry in the game. He can handle the ball. He can shoot. He's not his brother shooting the ball, but he you know.
Or I'm not making fun of Evan Turner, but let Evan Turner handle the ball up top.
He played point guard in college.
He's a PG. He plays PG too. Let him handle the ball up top and let your guards roam and come off screens. You gotta set it up to where these guys get easier baskets instead of having to dribble 94 feet, break a trap, then shoot 27 footers. You know, man, let's make the game easier for them guys.
Right. So I mean, I think them, another team that's in danger of breaking up, we all know, is the Warriors. And it's not because of finances, strictly because of finances. I think we touched on this before.
It's strictly because of finances.
Strictly because of finances. That's the only. They're in danger of breaking up because of that.
Well, you gotta max Durant out. He's gonna want to max.
Yeah. So they're in danger of breaking up because of that. I think they find a way. I think somebody sacrifices because they know. Okay, we're in a position to make history. You know what I'm saying? So do I really want to leave this situation? But we'll see. You know, guys are getting older. They're thinking about brands. They're thinking about
Other stuff.
their
outside
other
of
ventures.
basketball.
It's a business.
But I think their bench, they need to revamp that bench
They
too.
do.
That bench is, like I said, it's getting thin.
Yeah.
You know, guys are getting older. The key guys are getting older.
Right.
Like I said, I think Bob Myers and that front office
Right.
will definitely shore up that bench.
Right.
But like I said, KD's decision is going to really
Impact.
impact not just what Golden State does, but what the NBA is going to do.
Exactly. It already
The
is.
NBA is in a prime position to make another shift
Yeah.
this summer. This summer is going to shift and shape the NBA, or it could just remain the same. You never know. Guys may just stay. I mean, you never know.
If Durant stays, man.
And
I think now. Do you think Clay? Because you got to throw the max at Durant. If he stays, he's gonna want the max.
oh, Clay's gone.
So Clay's gone.
Oh, Clay's gone. One of the two.
Yeah, Clay's gone.
They have a unique situation where they have two superstars, one max contract. It's like, man, it's like, who do you love more, your mother or your father? It's like, you know what I'm saying? it's one of them situations like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Two superstars, one max deal. And we got to worry about Draymond next summer.
Right.
So we're back in the same situation next year. So
Yeah, it's gonna.
it's either going to be one of the
interesting.
two. If Clay gets the max, KD's gone. If KD gets the max, Clay's gone. Nobody's sacrificing money. You know, guys, like I said,
Yeah,
guys
they've done
are,
enough of that.
They've done enough
Right,
of that.
right.
Both of these guys are 30 years old. They're all right. You know what?
I'm gonna ask you real quick. Who would you keep? I know we talked about this prior
Before, yeah.
But real quick, if you had a choice, who are you paying for? Who are you offering the max contract to first?
I'm offering that to KD all day. There's no question about it. But
Yeah.
'Cause I don't think we ever got your answer last time we talked about it.
okay, yeah,
Yeah, so KD.
yeah.
Yeah, so the team that will break up, in my opinion, is the Boston Celtics. The Boston Celtics, they're going to break up. Kyrie is going to leave. We all know that. He recently inquired about what it's like. What's going on with these mics over here?
No, my bad. I'm over here
What's going on over here?
just messing the cords up.
Yeah, these cords.
Grapes falling off the table.
These mics don't want us to be great. Kyrie recently inquired about what it's like to play for the Lakers. He's been asking questions about, life in LA, the team, the organization, the culture. Stephen A. Smith was on air. I was listening last week. He got a text message on air from somebody close to Kyrie's camp that they said he's definitely not going to LA. Throw that out your mind. Him and KD are going to New York. Said it live on air. Reading the text message from, he didn't say the name, but saying that, he's definitely going to New York with KD. Throw LA out your mind.
I could see that. But until it happens, though.
Until it happens, you never know.
Yeah, but like I said, it's that would be a nice fit. But then if the Knicks get KD and Kyrie, now you can really flip that pick.
But see, the unfortunate thing is
Salary cap.
the draft is before free agency, so they can't flip the pick
Right,
after
right.
free
Yeah, I
agency.
forgot about that, my
You know what I'm
bad.
saying? Like the draft is a week before free agency because they moved it up to the 30th now.
But you can start negotiation talks.
Right. After the
so-
season.
Right, after the season.
After the season.
Yeah, it's a peculiar situation.
Right. So it's like you can't, now I wish they would change that.
Yeah, they should have
Right after the
once
season's
the
over.
finals once the
Yeah,
finals
man.
ends, free agency
Yeah.
should begin.
Begin automatic.
Yeah,
Right.
Let's keep it spicy. Let's keep it interesting.
Right. So I think Kyrie leaves. I think the Celtics decline Terry Rozier's option. He's been doing a lot of talking.
Yeah.
A lot of woofing lately.
He ain't that great for me to. Yo, man, I need to renegotiate the contract and bring you back. Like I said, you had one good playoff run, and your regular season, you had a terrible playoff run this year.
Right.
I mean, granted, he's sharing minutes with Kyrie, yada yada yada. But as a professional, you still got to go in and get buckets and do your job. And I think a lot of those guys show me a lot. They gave a lot of excuses on why they didn't perform the way they did last year. Yeah, like I said, you should perform. All the attention on Kyrie. So, man, I should get a lot of buckets, a lot of ISO situations. I should be more freer. Ain't no pressure on me. Pressure on Kyrie.
Right.
So I should be more free flowing, more freelancing with my game. Well, no matter what minutes I get. That's just me.
Yeah, who do you think? Is for sure is going to break up December? Presses the button, boom.
I gotta say, I really do think it might be the Rockets. I think it is because I don't think they. Well, like I said, I feel they, like you said, it was built to beat this Warriors team, and they can't even get to them, And
You didn't put 1 ounce of fear in those guys.
They
You
weren't
didn't acquire anybody that said, "Damn,
They were more afraid of Houston last year,
man."
in my eyes.
I mean, but they didn't acquire anybody that said, "Oh shit, okay, I gotta go get somebody to combat that."
Right.
Like when Cleveland beat them, oh no, we going to get somebody. Y'all not gonna beat us again. We gonna go get KD.
Man.
Golden State said, we gonna let 2 of our key players off the bench go. I'm not worried about you guys. I'm not worried about none of you guys.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I think Houston has to be the team that, man. I was never high on Chris Paul, never been. Then to give him $40 million a year to pair, you got 2 guys that dribble for 15 to 20 seconds of the shot clock. Nah, that's not gonna work.
So do you? I mean, so if you're Houston, I mean, what we got? 2 straight years losing to Golden State. They did lost in the second round 2 out of the last 3 years. Is our legacies on the line? Is James Harden's legacy on the line? Is Chris Paul's legacy on the line?
I think the regular season, spectacular regular season is
Right.
dope, but
Every
if
year.
you can't do it in the damn playoffs.
And he does it every year.
It's
We're talking about the reigning MVP
yeah,
of the league.
It's cute. You average 35 for like 100 games, but I mean, come on. When it counts, what are you doing for me?
That's what
you know. At the end of the day, you know, and I think
That's the point.
that's bottom line right there.
That's the point.
You know,
Yeah, that's. I mean, legacies. I mean, don't get me wrong. They're great players. They're Hall of Famers. But are they champions?
right?
That's what I'm saying.
It's like, and until they win a championship, that style of D'Antoni's system's never going to win a championship. Period. It's not going to win. Okay, so if I'm the Rockets, you better do some hard looking at that staff. Not just firing the assistant coach like they did today. They better look
They
at
rid of the assistant coach?
They fired one of the assistant coaches. They better look hard. Am I going to win with this D'Antoni system? I mean, he's had the Phoenix, all them team. If that Phoenix team was in today's game, it'd be different. But you don't even have the same structure as that Phoenix team.
Really?
Nash and Amari.
Yeah. Okay. You just got ISO guys stepping back for threes. That shit is trash. That fucking shit sucks.
I can tell.
I'm not gonna even beat around the bush.
Yeah.
Okay. Watching motherfuckers dribble for 20 seconds for a sideways step back, that shit is garbage.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm high on James Harden, but I'm just as hard on him because he got so many tools in that bag. He be able to, but as a coach, you got to be like, man, hey, man, don't settle for that shit.
Right.
Can't nobody guard you off the dribble. Make 2 or 3 dribbles at the max and attack. But they fall in love with, that's James. That's what James does. How did D'Antoni tell you that James do what he do? Nigga, motherfucker,
He
you better
sounds
tell
like
James, man, attack the motherfucking hole.
He sounds like him.
And Chris Paul, man, I wouldn't, man, bro, I'd have
brought
never
him
even
over
brought him over.
Well, I mean, you got
Ever.
there's like numerous executives in the league that are suggesting that they either trade Chris Paul to Philly for Ben Simmons or trade Chris Paul to the Lakers. Not for LeBron. Just him going there.
For like Alonzo on that, but it's that contract. It's like if I'm staying away from that. I'm staying away from him. Period.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely staying away from that contract.
Yeah, I mean,
That's just a bad contract.
I mean, is it time to start exploring trade options for Harden and or CP3?
You got to. I'm not trading Harden, but I got to redefine his game. Okay, I got to get with somebody that's gonna, mold him more into a guy. Like I said, you don't have to. Let's get 60% of your offense 15 feet in. Let's get you let's get you set up for more mid-range jumpers, more shots at the rim. Get to the line more. I don't want you settling for 12, 13 threes a game. That's bailing the defense out. So I would keep Harden.
So do you think that maybe a non-ball dominant guard will get Harden to play that way?
Because, like I said, Harden needs. Now, if you got a playmaking, facilitating guard, like Ben Simmons will handle the ball, especially in the open court, get Harden the ball in position for him to score. I mean, I think you got to get new blood on that team. You got to get Chris Paul's blood out of there. I just don't think him. I don't think him and Harden play well at all together. I just don't like the makeup of that team.
What coach do you think could have been coaching that team that would have made a difference and got them by and seeing the Warriors right now?
Man, I don't know. It's hard to say.
I think that it is time to fire D'Antoni. His system doesn't work. It didn't work in Phoenix. It didn't work with New York. It didn't work with the Lakers. It's not working with Houston. We've touched on this before on the show, and I'm going to say it one more time. You're not going to beat the Golden State Warriors by mimicking what they do.
Right.
You're not going to beat the Golden State Warriors by outshooting them. They have too many good defensive players on that team to not play defense. If that makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you got to get a coach in there with a strong defensive pedigree.
Absolutely.
Look, if you fucking say, you know what, I'm gonna put PJ Tucker at center today, I'd have fired you that night. I would have fired you that night. Hey, sorry, man, my G, but yo, man, it's been real. Yo, man, I don't understand. You got a horse, a thoroughbred, and
Capella.
Fareed,
I forgot about
Man.
and you didn't play him in a series.
Really? What?
Look, man.
Was he hurt? I mean,
that about?
yo, man, I don't give a shit.
That's
I just didn't understand. You got PJ Tucker at fucking center, dog.
Look, man.
What the fuck you think you finna do with that?
In
Shake up the world?
in game
I ain't shaking up
5,
shit.
in game 5, when Kevin Durant got hurt in the fourth quarter, that was a disgrace. He had 5 guards on the floor the entire fourth
Shumpert
quarter.
was the 4.
Capella
Get
didn't.
the fuck out of here, bro.
Right.
Capella didn't play. Fareed didn't play. Nene didn't play. You had 5 guards on the floor with that damn small ball lineup.
That shit don't work.
It
bro.
don't work. The small ball lineup only works for the Golden State Warriors. Why? Because they have the shooters and the floor spacers around them
Right.
to make it work.
Right.
Yeah, but like I said, that Tony system ain't gonna work.
It never
it's
works.
Not gonna work. They don't. You don't have the pieces. You don't never. They don't never get the right pieces. You know. I mean, everybody say Ariza and this and that, but I don't know, bro. I'm so
man.
over that Houston team.
Man.
I never, like I said, I never thought composed when they were put together initially that they were gonna even be a threat to Golden State. Even when they went to Game 7 last year, or whatever it was, even if they beat Golden State, I don't think they beat Cleveland. I think LeBron runs through them by himself. You know. But anyway, this is for another topic.
Remember the Staples commercial? They had that big red button.
Yeah. Stop.
Just press it.
Yeah.
Houston-
We're gonna stop that topic right now.
Houston, press that button, blow the hell up, and move on in life. So
You fired motherfucking Morey or whoever paid
Bill
Chris
Morey,
Paul
oh,
$160
man.
million. You fire him.
yeah.
State Farm.
Oh man.
So speaking of what works and what doesn't work, Frank Vogel, new Laker head coach, agreed to a 3-year deal with the Lakers, amount undisclosed. Does that work?
No. I mean, well, it's not
Speak
gonna
on
be-
it.
Come on, man. Does
His
it work?
coaching.
You're like, you mean,
And the thing is, we got LeBron.
Right.
And LeBron is basically the coach. And as long as we got him on that floor, Frank Vogel's he's probably not gonna say shit. He's gonna sit there and be like, LeBron,
What you think?
here's the pad. You know, here's the clipboard. Here, go ahead. You know what I'm saying? He's not gonna do shit. You know, so
should LeBron have been more active in the
I
search?
definitely think he should have been.
He just been sitting back chilling.
I mean, but has he been though? We think.
I don't think. This is my opinion.
I think he's been on the recruiting end, to be honest with you.
I think he probably recruiting.
Yeah.
But I think it's to me it looks like it's a power play over there. Like, nah, we didn't bring you here to make decisions, homie. You just play basketball.
You did they stripped him like that?
It's what it's looking like.
They took the Infinity Stones away from him?
He don't have no infinity. He don't even have a glove for the Infinity Stones. Bro over there like, bro, he you might as well say he about to dissipate like the characters in Infinity Wars at the end.
Spoiler.
But this is I'm talking about the Infinity Wars when they
Yeah,
talk about the end of Infinity Wars.
Some people didn't see it.
Oh well, fuck. If you ain't seen that movie 3 years old, then whatever. But look, I don't think LeBron even has to say so. I thought with Magic he would. Magic, I don't even think Magic had to say so. From what, like I said, I think Pelinka was doing a power play, and now I'm hearing Rambis and his wife is
running that
trying
team.
behind the scenes running. I said, bro, Kurt Rambis ain't won shit in his career if it wasn't for Magic Johnson.
Right.
So he was terrible as a GM, terrible as a coach.
Right.
Why the fuck would I listen to you? But Clark Kent, why would I? I'm not gonna even, you're not even Superman. You're Clark Kent before he turned. Superman is Shaquille O'Neal. You are Clark Kent.
I mean,
He
they're
was
saying
Mark Madsen.
You're-
Before Mark Madsen.
man.
That's who he was.
Yeah, man. That's what I'm saying. I'm going by what they call. I'm
Right,
I'm
I
living
feel
off the
you.
Showtime Lakers. You feel me?
you're not-
I feel you. I
But
feel
yo,
you.
man,
you're not even Kelly Tripucka.
man, dude is like, man, I don't know. I mean,
They're saying that behind the scenes, he is the boss, and they're saying that his wife, well, you know, she's Jeannie Buss's best friend. They're saying that she goes to her for guidance.
Hell,
that's like
That's what this. I mean,
that's like a married woman asking a
single.
woman has been divorced 7 times for marriage advice. Nigga, you been divorced 7 times. I'm not gonna listen to you because that shit ain't working.
Yeah, whatever you did wasn't
That ain't working.
I mean, they're saying that Linda Rambis, on top of other Hollywood people, not people in the industry, not people in the basketball industry, but just Hollywood people, are in her ear trying to get her to trade LeBron.
Yeah, I think Jeannie Buss needs to get a team back to Jim if you're gonna do that, because you're probably worse than what Jim was doing.
Right.
At least Jim was hiring people to somewhat run the team without his opinion superseding what the president of the GM thinks best for the team. Right. She thinks she knows what's best. If you think Kurt Rambis' wife knows what's best for the fucking Lakers, then goddamn, you need to sell the team tomorrow.
Absolutely.
I didn't even know Kurt Rambis was married.
Man.
I didn't know he was with the team.
Bro, like
I thought he was still in New York.
Bro, I'm like,
I didn't know he was still alive.
I mean, I was like, damn, he's still around?
hey, bro,
Man.
that's terrible.
Look, man.
The whole front office is becoming a complete joke.
Shambles.
It's straight shambles.
Look, man, when it comes to business, man, the smartest people in business know that I need to hire somebody that's smarter than me. Mm-hmm. Jeannie Buss needs to stick to the business end of things, where she's good at. Hire somebody that can run that team. They gave Pelinka the keys to the kingdom. He's running the show. They're not replacing Magic. They're not hiring a president.
They secretly did. They secretly did.
You think so?
If they're not hiring, you're saying we're not going to hire a president of basketball operations. That means somebody's quietly overseeing the operations.
That's interesting.
And if it's Kurt Rambis and his wife,
Oh, boy.
best of luck to you, Lakers.
Oh, man.
Best of luck to you.
I'll be a Knicks fan if I find out.
Yeah, bro.
Hey, you can always come to our side. I mean,
I just wouldn't even watch basketball. Yeah, I mean, I
Because
don't.
that
I'm
would,
not, yeah, nah.
I feel you.
Yeah,
Right, because that makes no sense
When's
at all.
rugby coming on? Because that shit right.
Or
that
3 on
shit's
3. When Big 3 playing? When that
I'm gonna
shit
watch the
come
Big
back?
3.
the World Series of darts.
The World Series of Dominoes. Oh, man. Hey, they need to get a World Series of Dominoes, so that'd be
Dang,
hard.
man, for real.
All right,
for
look,
real.
man, because at this point, man, I'd rather watch professional miniature golf
Hey,
than
right.
watch the Lakers at this point. It's a mess. I mean, they said that first they were saying that Tyronn Lue. Well, let's put that out there. Tyronn Lue turned down 3 years, $18 million.
They didn't give him no control of his staff and nothing.
Right.
Now they're saying that he wanted a 5-year deal, but we know the real. He didn't
Yeah.
want to work with Kurt Rambis because they were forcing Kurt Rambis on his staff. He didn't want to work with Kurt Rambis. And how are you going to bring in the coach for an interview and tell him, we'll give you the job, but we're picking your staff for you?
Right. That means I ain't got no belief in you. This man won a championship. What if Frank Vogel won? What has Kurt Rambis won as a coach or a GM?
And you know what? To be honest with you, I feel bad for Jason Kidd because they gave him the crumbs.
Yeah, right.
He went in for the interview for head coach, and they
Get
gave him the
assistant.
assistant. Oh,
Ain't that
we'll give you the lead assistant job. I'm like, damn, they
So
gave him
something
the
happens
crumbs.
with Frank, you running.
Exactly. So once again, they picked Vogel's staff for him. They forced Jason Kidd on him. And if I was Jason Kidd, or anybody else for that matter, I'm not taking that Laker job. I don't want it. You gonna tell me I can't pick my own staff? You're picking these guys for me? That lets us know that Laker job ain't as attractive as everybody thought it was. It's the Lakers. Oh my
Even
God,
with
purple
LeBron.
and gold. No, that job was not attractive from the moment that Magic Johnson left. Monty Williams turned down the Laker job to become the Phoenix Suns head coach, which would have been a great fit. They probably ran the same game on him. We'll give you the job, but we're picking your staff. He was like, no, I'm out of here. Matter of fact, I'm going to go with Phoenix and get a 5-year deal.
It boils down to numbers. The guys, like I said, I'm not gonna speculate to say I know what's going on behind the scenes. We just talking shit. But at the end of the day, I like Frank Vogel's defensive schematics. I like what he did with Indiana. I heard him and Paul George didn't get along. I don't know. But LeBron James is a little different now. You're gonna bend to what LeBron's talking about. So Frank, I respect his defensive schematics because Indiana was always a top 3 to 5 defensive team.
Right.
Which the Lakers had no defensive scheme, no defensive identity. Maybe they brought in Kidd to run the offense. Because he did have a hand in grooming Giannis.
He had the big
did.
hand in
He
it.
sure
So
did.
maybe
biggest
they brought
hand.
him in to have a hand in grooming Lonzo, Ingram, and these guys.
That makes sense.
So like I said, I don't think Vogel was the worst hire. He didn't do great in Orlando, but I'm gonna just go off. You give a guy talent, I want to see what you do with the talent and without the talent. Orlando just didn't have any talent.
That's true.
Period. Under his tenure. With Indiana, he had talent. He just kept going up against LeBron in those conference finals.
So we had facts.
So I'm gonna give Vogel the benefit of the doubt because he's made deep playoff runs. So
I mean,
I'm
yeah.
gonna see what it turns out to. They're gonna bring schematics to the team, no matter what. They're gonna bring some sort of identity. We'll see. I mean, I don't think it's the worst hire. I don't think it's the best, but I don't think it's the worst. I think it was a solid hire for all the bullshit that's going on with the front office.
Yeah, I feel that. And like you say, defense is definitely one of the things that's needed in an organization right now.
Yeah, man. I think that we were all turned off because he wasn't the guy that we wanted.
He
Right,
wasn't
right.
You know what I
Toronto
mean?
or a sexy name.
Right,
but
right,
yeah.
right. But I mean, you have to give coaches the benefit of the doubt. And you made a great point. With talent, look at Steve Kerr. With talent, you can have a world a wonder. Without talent, it's like,
But without talent, we'll separate. If you're a really good coach without talent, I mean, in Orlando, he didn't have talent, but he brought the best out of them. You know, they played hard. They wasn't, I think young Aaron Gordon, guys like that.
Yeah,
He brought he made them. They played hard. They weren't just a dumpster fire.
Yeah.
They weren't Philadelphia 9-73.
Right.
But they played hard for him. So I mean, we'll see.
he had a pretty decent record with the Pacers. I mean, 250 and 181.
That's not bad.
It's not bad. With 5 years with the Pacers, with I think 2 conference finals.
That's 50 wins a year.
Yeah, so like you said, they just happened to go up against Miami and LeBron every year. So but they were going to the conference finals, and with Orlando, 2 years, 55 to 110. Didn't have great, success, but like they didn't give him talent. They didn't put enough talent around him, to be successful. So I mean, I agree with you.
It was a solid. It was a solid,
Right.
safe hire.
Safe,
Yeah.
right?
It was a safe hire.
Right.
I dig that.
Yeah, man. So
Respect. It's all good.
Yeah.
I hope he does good, and I hope what he brings to the table, LeBron buys into.
yeah.
And but at the end of the day, nothing's gonna matter. The free agency this summer is what's gonna matter for the Lakers.
Right.
And no matter who's coaching them, the personnel they bring in this summer is gonna dictate their success. I don't care who's coaching them. With that said,
Closing thoughts.
Shit. Hey. Till next time. I'm just playing.
that boy, he said, "I'm ready to go."
He ready to go. We got food waiting on him.
Yeah, man. Nah, man, we appreciate y'all tuning in, man. We love y'all.
Yes, sir.
Next time, world, we will come with fresher ideas, more shit talking. Y'all be easy out there. Till next time, Kings Court. Be easy. Peace.
Happy Birds. King's Court.